Following the tumbling of the Naira at the power market in recent times, the Central Bank of Nigeria has started introducing measures aimed at clamping down on currency speculators in the foreign exchange market. The acting governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Shonubi, made the disclosure to State House correspondents yesterday, Monday, at the presidential villa after briefing President Bola Ahmed Tinubu on what the bank was doing to halt the slide of the Naira. He said President Tinubu expressed his concern over the effect of the recent developments in the foreign exchange market, particularly on average citizens. According to the acting CBN governor, the volatility of the Naira in the parallel market is not solely driven by economic factors, but also speculative demand. He said the primary purpose of his presence at the presidential villa was to reassure the president that the CBN was taking decisive action to address the concerns raised regarding the CBN's responsibility in the market. Shonubu stated that the role of the CBN is to intervene and keep the market at a fairly stable level. The local currency has already been plunging since the CBN allowed it to trade more freely in June. But the big question or the big story for today, is it just speculators that are making the Naira slide over the dollar? If not, what are those reasons for the recent fall of the Naira, which as of today is 949 Naira to a dollar in the parallel market? And what impact would a continuous fall mean for ordinary Nigerians? Well, these and more as it concerns the fall of the Naira is what this edition of The Big Story is all about. And we talk about the fall of the Naira, measures to be taken. And that's what we're having as a major discourse today on The Big Story. Like I said, the fall of the Naira and indeed measures that should be taken to address it. Anyway, helping us to address the issue, or rather talk about it, we have no other person but an economist, and I'm talking of no other person but Chief Olori Magege. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning to you, good morning viewers and listeners.
It will be right for me to say, let's start this discussion on a very neutral note. And I have my reasons for saying this. Well, let's not bring any politics to it, because the Naira, the fall of the Naira against the dollar does not know any political divide. It's affecting every Nigerian. Hence, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about it as Nigerians, and what better way to address it. Now, let's start with the visit of the acting CBN governor to the presidential villa. Well, many will say it's no surprise, looking at the recent fall of the Naira. Now, one of the first utterances of Mr. President when he came into office, he said he's going to collapse the IE window and the parallel market, and he's going to make it free. That's one of his first utterances as it concerns the economy. And all in a bid for the exchange system to remove obstacles which had deterred foreign investors. But the expected jump in inflow has not been like he said. It has been very slow in the coming days, in the days we've had. And the fact that already the Naira is about 945 to a dollar on the parallel market, and the road to even making it 1,000 Naira is now unhindered, especially as it's falling. And I've seen nobody willing to put his hand there to hold it. But I have two quick questions. Now, my first question would be, do you feel it was too hasty in taking that decision? They did not look at every other side of the divide. Yes, let's collapse both of them. Let it have a free flow and remove those that were making money from it. Now, do you feel they did not look at other angles as it concerns that very measure and utterance of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu? And my next question, as an economist that you are, and that's why we brought you here. Now, do you see the hands of speculators in all of this, as stated by the CBN acting governor, as he told Mr. President yesterday? Or do you feel it's more of economic factors that is worrying the Naira, not speculators?
The first question is a political question. But you said I should not,
yes,
I should stay away from politics, isn't it? Well, how can I stay away from answering a political question outside politics? You tie my hand.
Okay. Okay, let me loosen it a bit. But let's look at that utterance of President Bola Ahmed. Was it too hasty in taking that decision? Let's collapse them. IE window, parallel market.
Any jerk reaction to a situation.
Yes.
A situation not properly studied. Trading in currencies is a business. Okay. And it's all about speculation. You buy today at low price, hoping that it will go up tomorrow, and then you sell. It's a legal business that is being run all over the world. Currency speculation. So you can't stop that from happening. Now the currency was trading at two levels.
Yes.
One
parallel
and the one investors window. You jam them together as if you can do you can manage the banking sector by fiat, by pronouncement. No sooner had they merged them, then the gap has emerged again. The investment in the investors window is 740, 750. In the black market, it's 950, 940.
Almost 200 Naira
difference. Within a period of 2 months.
2 months.
2 months. The fundamental problem with the foreign exchange has not been addressed.
We'll come to that.
Yes.
We'll come to that.
So that decision, to put it mildly, is a hasty one, a knee-jerk reaction.
To a problem that was there.
Yeah, to a problem that was there. Yeah. And the problem will continue to be there. When we address this, when we focus on the speculators, like the first bank, like the current CBN,
the CBN governor
said, it's missing the point. It's missing the point. There's a business here. People will be there. People are trading on dollars. People are trading on yen. People are trading all over the world. They are trading. So, and that difference is what we call speculators' window, isn't it?
Yes.
It will always be there. Address the issue of foreign exchange from the fundamental side, and then you get the problem solved.
Okay, now let me really understand. So, yeah, speculators are there, putting a strain on the Naira.
Yeah.
But economic factors are also there.
I agree. And that's what we should focus on.
Dealing with the economic factors. So do you feel that will help us indirectly deal with the speculative factors?
That is the solution. Can I give an example?
Okay. I'll need you to come to the solution. Yeah, give us an example.
Now, let's call this piece of paper, this whole piece of paper, the current price of fuel at the petrol station. 650 is going to 700 very soon. That's what they are circulating. Of that 650, let's see where it goes. Then we know where the currency, where the forex problem is. Now, this small section here, is the crude oil component of the fuel. This small area goes to Nigeria, less than 10%.
Okay.
Because the crude oil,
our earnings.
Yeah, the crude oil is from us, so we sell. We sell to foreign countries, foreign distillers, refineries. Then this small section here, is the transport component, shipping component of the crude oil from Nigeria
to wherever it's going.
That shipping component, it goes to foreign country. The owners of the ships, Nigeria does not have any crude oil vessel carrying vessel. Now, this chunk area here, this big area, that is more than this, it goes into refinery. Abroad. That refinery component includes the labor, foreign labor, foreign logistics, and all that goes into production of refining the petroleum, the crude oil into petrol. Then this section again, is the transportation component back to Nigeria. Leaving just this small area here, this is transportation into from the depot
Depots.
into the filling station.
And
this small section is the profit and the cost of distribution. Now let's look at this entire paper. Huh?
what have we gained?
We've lost this whole area here. This whole area, more than half, goes into foreign country.
So what do we have?
What do we have? We have the crude oil that is from us, and the tiny section of transporting the fuel from the depot to the filling station, and the little few girls that we employ in the filling station. This is it.
So is it lost?
We make no money. So this is the problem. I've just used petrol as an example. It affects cocoa, it affects rubber, it affects palm oil production. Nigerians don't add value to the product, to our product before we sell.
Okay, now
are you getting what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
you're making a whole lot of sense.
This whole component, processing, transportation of the crude oil, could be domiciled in Nigeria.
And the gains will come.
All the gains will come, and that will save us foreign exchange.
Okay, now you made mention of foreign exchange, and I feel we need to go there. Now, according to Shunubi, he said the volatility of the Naira in the power market is not solely driven by economic factor, but also by, like we said, speculative demand. But indirectly, he admitted that an economic factor is also a part of it.
Yes.
With that very statement he made yesterday. And the economic factor often have a strong hand, at is a strong indicator to show that the economic factor has a strong hand. Like you said, is our foreign reserve.
Yeah.
A clear indication that, well, it looks as if we really are in for a tough time. Now, let me emphasize this. Now, this is what we do every time on Quest Today, and especially on Quest Today, this program. We do deep research. I wake up in the morning, do deep research. I do that almost 2 days before the program, just to find reasons and questions to ask, and give Nigerians a need to also ask questions. Now, we learned that during the weekend that the CBN had to release their long-delayed financial statement that revealed a whole lot. Most people did not look at it, but I took my time to look at it. Now, our foreign reserve is not $30 billion. Because according to that very statement and data from the CBN, it disclosed that there was previously undisclosed $7.5 billion transaction with JP Morgan and Chase Company and Goldsearch.
Chase Bank.
Yes.
Chase Bank.
And another 7.5 billion, which means that our 30 billion foreign reserve is not 30 billion. We have less than 17 billion foreign reserve. So we don't have 30 billion. And you as an economist, we know that the Naira lost an essential source of support if our foreign reserve is low. So would you say this is one of the basic economic reasons that the Naira seems to be falling at a very high rate, sliding?
Part of the money that CBN borrowed is for speculative reasons, to hedge speculation.
From JP Morgan?
Yes. It borrowed the money, has not actually expended. Is it from JP Morgan? One of them.
Yeah, because it was published on Friday.
Yes.
I took my time to read.
I read it. I read it too.
Yes.
It's borrowing the money so that the dollar could be held down today. The dollar is held down to the value of exchange, the exchange is held down today. So that if there is any rise in dollar tomorrow, at the time the money will be paid,
we'll gain.
We'll gain. If that's the point, if it falls, they lose. Speculation. And we are saying that people should speculate. CBN is speculating. So why are you deducting that money from our foreign exchange? Because that money is no longer available. It's held down against speculation. It's held down. And the foreign reserve It's a kind of booster, a booster for foreign exchange. It gives confidence to investors.
To want to come into your economy.
Yes, because you have the backing. You have the backing. The foreign reserve is not money. It's not money in central bank per se.
Okay.
It's money held on behalf of Nigeria in foreign banks.
Okay.
That's the foreign reserve we are talking about.
Okay.
You sell crude oil. The entire money, the money is not paid into central bank immediately. It's paid into central bank account in foreign banks.
Okay.
Are you following me?
Yeah.
It is that money that gives confidence
To investors.
to investors.
To say, oh, can I come into this country
Is
and
the
not lose my money?
It is that confidence too that gives planes to carry passengers to and from Nigeria, foreign airliners, because they have confidence that there is money in that reserve to pay, just like a collateral.
Yes.
That's what that reserve is, a collateral, a sovereign collateral, so that foreigners can gauge out the health of our economy from, to enable them decide to come or not to come. That's what that foreign reserve is all about.
So are you now saying, sir, because and I'm happy you read through that statement that was released on Friday by the central bank, and many will say this was the reason President Bola Ahmed Tinubu wanted an investigation and called in a private investigator to look at the books of the CBN. And funny enough, immediately that was called 2 weeks ago, the CBN is releasing its statement, or the long delayed statement on Friday. 6 years.
6 years.
Now, let's understand, is it that our foreign reserve as it stands is not 30 billion, just 17 billion?
It's not. It's not. And it has always been that, and it's known, it's been known to government, because central bank is part of government. It's been known to government. And one thing is this, that central bank has not told us. All the financing, all the borrowing of federal government from central bank, that the central bank issues through printing of money.
Ways and means.
Ways and means. That has not been disclosed. So, all these are factors determining the true correct value of the Naira. When, for example, you are dealing with a trader and you understand the trader is owing so much money in the bank, can you supply him
No,
good?
I will not.
You can't supply him good now. The business between Nigeria and the foreign countries, and the business between Nigerian companies and foreign companies, is not different from that business of crayfish. The same law, guys.
So that means that the former CBN governor, Godwin Emefiele, has a lot of questions to answer.
Well, you said that I should not dwell into politics.
Well, anyway, this is not a political question, sir.
Yeah.
It's a question.
Yeah.
Does that mean the former central bank governor, Godwin Emefiele, has a lot of questions
The
to
revelation
answer?
speaks for itself. The revelations coming out that 6 years there has been no published audited account of central bank. Speaks for itself. Answer that question.
Okay, well, your answer is in a political way. But anyway, I'll plead with you to hold on. We need to go on a break now. But when we come back, we'll look at all the reasons for the recent fall of the Naira, and with that very meeting by the acting central bank governor yesterday with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, would the measures he said would likely help to stop the fall? Well, let's know what to do. Let's go on a break though.